Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the Raw Post Show. It is Monday, September 8th. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, and I'm joined by SANTI Zap, and we are here to talk about this show. SANTI, how are you? Hey, I like your
Um,
background, by the way.
yeah, it's my GameCube collection back there. I've been collecting GameCube games now for the past like 8 months, and I got a bookshelf for like $60. It was such an ordeal to get this bookshelf. I ordered a bookshelf at the store. I went there and they're like, "Oh no, we grabbed the wrong one." So then they to make this poor kid bring it back to bring this other one out, and then the girl at the counter goes, "Oh wait, no, that was the right one." So they brought out
Shut
another.
up.
So then he had to go put this one away that he brought out to bring back the one that he originally brought out. Like a 2 minute purchase turned into 25 minutes.
No, that sucks. But hey, it looks like you got a lot done in 8 months. How did you even fit that in your schedule at this point?
I dabble. I dabble. I've got my hobbies. I'm in and out of different
Santi, you're a
things.
vampire. You don't sleep. That's what I've come to. That's the conclusion I've come to.
I've learned to operate on like 5 to 6 hours of sleep every single night. That's me.
No way. So wait, you consider 6 hours of sleep good?
That's
Like
like the
that's your like I slept good amount.
that's a good night. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You don't even want to hear my number. You don't want to
What
hear
is
my
it?
number. A good night for me is 9 to 10 hours. If I don't
Oh
get
my
like
God.
at least at least 9 hours, it ain't happening, bro.
Dude, I think I only get 9 hours of sleep if I am, like, on drugs. Like, if I am high or something. That's the only way I get that much sleep.
Now, there's been times where my husband will come in and he's gonna like, "Are you dead? Like, are you literally dead? Like, let me just make sure she's breathing right now." Now, I like to get my sleep. If I get 8 hours, it's like all right. If I get 6 hours, Santi, I'm a zombie the whole day. Like, forget about it. But anyways, we have Monday Night Raw to get into, and it's been like since Friday night, Santi, it has just been a whirlwind. I'm sure you've seen just the amount of a buzz that there has been surrounding AJ Lee, how many t-shirts she sold, all of the impressions she got on social media, videos. I mean, everything. People are excited to talk about AJ, and she went out there and we heard her promo for the very first time. Of course, she didn't get to say much on Friday Night SmackDown because she left Becky Lynch with a black eye, but she went out there, cut a promo to the point where it was something kind of surprising for me because she actually got the chance to open up about something very serious, which was, mental health. And she's been such a huge advocate of that for several years. And for her to be able to go out there and speak about it on such a big platform here, this was great. We even got therapy chance. How did you feel? Let's start there. How did you feel about AJ Lee's promo and getting to open up about that?
Yeah, therapy seems to be more over than, like, half the WWE roster. Like, those therapy chants were loud. It was just nice hearing a more human side of AJ Lee before things kinda, dive into the ridiculousness of the world of the WWE, because we haven't seen her for 10 years, so it was nice to get a more human side promo, like, "Where you been? How you doing? You been good?" But I think after that one, I'm good to dive into the ridiculousness of the AJ Lee character, the psychotic one, the crazy one. That's what I want to see moving forward. But I'm glad that they did open it up with a nice little welcome back type of conversation, as opposed to immediately jumping into character mode, WWE mode AJ Lee, which I'm sure will be the default moving forward. It was nice to have a more personal promo there initially, which is such a huge contrast to what we got from Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch was out there in full character, right? In full crazy, like insane Becky Lynch, and being just as awesome as ever, which of course people are going to try and compare the promo there of AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. They're so different that they're basically like not comparable at all. But like, duh, obviously Becky Lynch, who's been doing this nonstop every single week, is going to be better on the microphone than somebody who hasn't done it in front of an audience that big in over a decade. Like, there's going to be some rest there with AJ Lee, which I did see some of it, but the message to me was good. I like the personal touch of the promo, and I liked her shift there, kind of like halfway into it, about Becky Lynch. I was happy with it.
Yeah, and I noticed the little rusty points, but I would tell you like why I didn't care. The reason why I didn't care was because that happened primarily when she was talking about like the personal stuff. And what I liked about this too was that when AJ Lee went out there and she was cutting her promo, she didn't come across as robotic. She didn't come across as, hey, I'm back and I'm scripted and hear me cut a
Like Nikki
WWE
Bella,
promo.
like Nikki Bella. Like, I'm just call it what it is, like Nikki Bella.
Right. Okay. Like Nikki Bella. You don't want her to go out there and be like, this is the script that they wrote for me. And I'm now saying the words and I haven't had experience in 10 years, whatever. No, she didn't do that. Instead, she went out there and it was like talking to a regular person and having a regular conversation. Hey, I've been gone for 10 years. This is what I did in 10 years. And talking about her mental health journey. And a part of me, Santi, kind of wanted to hear more. I wasn't ready for her to shift into the character portion. I wanted to hear more about what she did during those 10 years and all of the projects and everything that she was involved in because she was gone for so long. And that was the thing that we knew was going to happen with this promo, where it was, okay, you have so many things that they had to get done in this 25-minute promo that they did. You had to have AJ Lee go out there and address, hey, I've been gone for 10 years. This is who I am, and I'm back. But then she also had to address Becky Lynch and the feud that she's doing, which, like you said, is an entirely different thing to do. You're in character. They had to issue the challenge for WrestlePalooza, accept the challenge for WrestlePalooza, but also have the melee and, the drama unfold there. So they really packed a lot into this very lengthy segment. But again, it left me wanting to hear more about AJ Lee and where she's been at and what she's been doing. And part of me hopes that, I don't know who's going to be the first person to like sit down and have an interview with AJ Lee where you can actually hear about her time away from WWE. But if they do one on TV in WWE with like Jackie Redmond or somebody, I really hope they do something like that, because I feel like a lot of fans want to know more. Like, hey, what was it like when you came back and just everything? And maybe she does a podcast with Stephanie McMahon. I don't know.
Oh, that's going to happen. Absolutely. Brought to you by Surfshark, of course, with Stephanie McMahon. I'm sure we'll get that. I'm sure we'll get more of the personal side of the pursuit of the signing of AJ Lee when we get to WWE Unreal. I'm confident that that's probably going to be like an entire episode, like the return of AJ Lee. I would not be surprised. But yeah, no, like I'm so excited for this match. I do find it hilarious, by the way, and this isn't it happened in this, but it's happened a couple of times now, with how silly the name WrestlePalooza is.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
When I read it, I'm like, oh, that's fine, whatever, WrestlePalooza. But then like hearing like, you and me, serious fight right here at WrestlePalooza. It's like, oh God, I hate that name.
Sounds very 2000s, doesn't it?
Somebody said in the chat, this feels more like a bonanza than a palooza. This should be Wrestle Bonanza.
What if they did like WrestleCella?
Oh, WrestleCella. Yeah, that's fine.
WrestleCella, WrestleStock. I don't know. I'm trying to think of festival names, but I don't really know very many festivals. That's the extent of my festival knowledge, Santi. I'm out. I don't got anything else. That's it. Or oh no, never mind. Well, they do like an iHeartRadio festival, but that is the iHeart Wrestling. That's probably worse than WrestlePalooza.
Yeah, no, WrestlePalooza is such a silly name, but whatever. I digress. I'm pumped for this. The thing I'm most excited about just in general with AJ Lee is the like infinite amount of new matches for AJ Lee, right? The fact that like the only person from the time that AJ Lee that's still there is Nikki Bella and Natalya is like insane. Like every single match that she has moving forward is a brand new match, because a lot of people, and I really don't blame them, a lot of people that watch in the 2010s aren't that excited for AJ Lee, because they're like, well, I've never got to see like that amazing AJ Lee match. Yeah, because they never let her. AJ Lee was a fantastic wrestler in an era where they didn't want her to be a fantastic wrestler. Now we are in an era of fantastic women's wrestlers, with AJ Lee now being allowed to be a fantastic wrestler. Now we're going to get those great AJ Lee matches that, like, literally, like, what was she allowed to work? Like 3-minute matches at most, usually back in like in the 2010s. The excitement of AJ Lee isn't because we're getting this fantastic wrestler back. It's that we're getting a fantastic wrestler that's going to be allowed to be a fantastic wrestler for the first time in her career.
And how many times in wrestling don't you wish, oh man, I wish this wrestler was around while this wrestler's around because we would have seen matches with this person versus that person, where you kind of wish people were around in different periods and different times. And that's not always something that's very possible. So when you do get people or these moments like AJ Lee returning, you get all of these fresh matchups. I mean, God, she hasn't had feuds with the best of the best. And it's crazy to think about how much has really happened and how much women's wrestling has really evolved in the last 10 years. And when she was last around, like, you know, they didn't even have as many girls that could go to that certain level, and the wrestling has gotten better. So now we're finally going to get to see that. We're going to get to see what that looks like. And in a way, I do know that AJ Lee is going to have a microscope on her where people are going to be like, oh, you guys loved her so much, but can she actually go? Can she actually compete to the level of the women that you're seeing now? I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to see, and that's going to be something. But I also don't feel like putting that microscope on her because, again, she was gone for 10 years. I mean, really, I know it sounds like it went by so fast, but when you really take a step back and you deduct 10 years of your own life and where were you at 10 years ago? What did you do in those 10 years? You really notice how much time really truly went by. I know she looks great physique wise. She looks amazing. So that already has me hopeful, but I don't think AJ Lee would have came back if she didn't feel in her heart that she can go and that she can actually go out there and have good matches with the women of today.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement here. I think that she's going to be great. Is there going to be ring rust? Is there going to be mic rust? Like it would be an impossibility that there isn't. Like you said, we're talking about 10 years. Like if I stop speaking Spanish for 10 years, I would become one of those no sabo kids.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
Yes.
if you don't use it, you lose it. Like there is 100% going to be there's going to be ring rust. I'm ready for it. I've like factored it in to her return. Like, yep, I'm expecting like some awkward moments here or there. That's bound to happen, but it doesn't change my level of overall excitement.
We're grading with a curve here. We're grading with a curve, but also she's very like she's I think character-wise, that's something that people really have always liked from AJ Lee. I think that's part of the reason she sort of appeals to a lot of people. Because believe it or not, people love crazy chicks. Like girls love crazy girls and guys love crazy girls as well.
A guy loves a crazy girl until he gets a crazy girl.
That, you know what? Hey, I don't blame you on that because I do see guys say, oh, yeah, I love crazy chicks. And then they break up with them and they're like, why? Would you break up with her? Oh, she was crazy.
It's true. It's true. Guys want a crazy chick till they get a crazy chick.
So, I mean, she appeals to people on the character dynamic side of it. So that's what I'm excited for. But this was fun. You know, the match was made. I love the moments of, you know what I find funny too? What Becky Lynch reminds me of? Becky Lynch reminds me of, you know, those people that they care so much about what other people think of them, where they constantly compare their lives to other people. And you're just like, damn, live your own life. She's out here being like my hot husband and I wear much better than you guys. And I'm like, yo, she's about to be like, we make more money than you. She's about to be like, we have a bigger house than you. That's the kind of vibes that Becky Lynch is giving me in this whole entire feud. It's so funny.
And she's playing it so well. Like this, comparing Becky Lynch to AJ Lee is all you're going to do is do yourself a disservice. Just have AJ Lee for a little while, at least in your head, be in a vacuum. Let her impress you on her own accord. Because if you impress her, if you compare her to what is right now the best worker in WWE, male or female, in Becky Lynch, if you ask me, she is having fantastic matches. She's having amazing promos. And that's just not me saying that. The world is saying that. I think you're going to do yourself a disservice with AJ Lee.
I thought you were going to say Sports Illustrated is saying that. I was waiting for it, Santi.
I missed it.
You left me hanging there. I was like, I thought we were about to say it at the same time. No, I was laughing during the watch along and I was thinking to myself, bro, she's about to start pulling out her cage match rating. I've got this on cage match. If she did that, Santi, oh my God, I would scream.
That would be so funny.
Because that's so insider wrestling. They only like the hardcore wrestling fans that go on fucking cage match know about this stuff. Like, do you go on cage match, Santi? Like,
hell
how often
no.
do you go?
Almost never. The only times that I go on Cage Match is like if I'm in a podcast discussion or I'm live streaming and I ask questions like, oh, when was the last time Asuka and Nikki Bella had a match? So then I'll try and go there and then, oh, I guess they never have. Like, what we got today.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to use it. At least I think so. But I do know that like a lot of people do go and like take that stuff seriously. Like they leave reviews and such, and really state their opinions like on every show. I don't ever vote, but I do use it for the exact same thing you do, where I'm like, when's the last time this person wrestled that person, or has this person ever wrestled that person? Things like that I find very useful. So I guess in a way we all kind of use Cage Match for different reasons.
Yeah. But like like using it like a Rotten Tomatoes, I'll never do that.
All right, we got PWS here who says, did you know Stephanie Vaquer hasn't been on WWE TV because she failed the drug test? What? Yeah, she tested positive for WEPA. WEPA. I didn't say it right. WEPA. You scared me, PWS. I was like, what kind of bullshit are we falling for?
Denise, that was a stupid fucking joke in my live stream, and I cannot believe it's followed here.
You made this joke?
No, I didn't make the joke. Somebody sent it to me like this, and I cackled laughing at first. And then now they're sending it here.
No, you know what
The original.
I thought that this was one of those things, you know, like those fake accounts, like not those fake accounts, but you know those accounts on Facebook that just spread freaking lies and shit?
Yes.
I thought it came from one of those websites, and I'm like, what do you mean she failed the drug test? No, she didn't. I was about to be like, what?
Instead of Wrestle Votes, Wessel Votes. I've fallen for Wessel Votes a lot of times.
Oh my God. Oh God, that's so funny. Okay, thank you, PWS, for the laugh. And also the minor like mini heart attack that I had. Because in my brain, Santi, I was like, why am I reading this? Okay, well, we need to talk about Stephanie though, because that is a huge topic on today's show. And that is, so we all know she has this big matchup against Io Sky and WrestlePalooza for the title. They announced, apparently, I didn't even realize it, that they were supposed to have a contract signing on today's show. And Pierce just basically told Io, hey, that contract signing is not happening. I'm sorry. He didn't say a reason. We didn't see Stephanie on the show. We have been talking about how we don't see Stephanie. We've been talking about how silly it was that it took him a whole week to even come up with the match. What is going on with this, Santi? I'm like flabbergasted with why is the way that I kind of made a joke about this was it feels to me that Stephanie is locked in this WWE tower and we need fucking Shrek and Donkey to come in and slay the dragon
a hero
and get Stephanie out. Exactly. What is happening?
They're gonna fuck this up. They're gonna take Stephanie Vaquer, a sure thing, a lock, and they're gonna fuck it up. They just are. They're going to. She could win the world championship and they're gonna lock her away in this tower to never be seen again. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm concerned. I'm a concerned citizen right now for Stephanie Vaquer.
Dude, I don't know what to say because she was doing everything right. Everything. She got over with the people without barely saying a word. They made a whole buzz around her. They had her win this battle royal at Evolution, gave her this big moment. She was wrestling on Raw before she was even a main roster superstar. She was just getting so much buzz and hype, and it seemed like the company was going, okay, cool, let's push you. Let's pull you up on this pedestal. And suddenly it's just all disappeared right before our eyes. Now, I can't say all because she still has the match at WrestlePalooza, but what the hell is going on that they did not do this contract signing?
Denise, have you seen the show Love is Blind?
No, I don't watch reality love programs.
I watch a lot of it.
Oh,
and
no, Santi.
Usually what happens,
like mush after those things.
Yeah. Usually what happens in those shows is they love bomb each other. They love bomb each other with all the kissy and huggy compliments. And then they get to the real world where they have to try and have an actual relationship, and then it just doesn't work out. It's like they love bombed us with Stephanie Vaquer. Look at the future of women's wrestling, Stephanie Vaquer. She's still the NXT Women's Champion, but yet we're still going to show her on Raw because We love her so much, and she's going to be somebody that we push to the moon. And then we finally get Stephanie Vaquer, and they're like, you thought, you fucking idiots, that we were actually going to push Stephanie Vaquer, that we were going to give you a new women's superstar to latch your teeth onto? Just kidding. Have more Nikki Bella in your diet, you bums.
Look, I can't even. You're right. I mean, that's how it feels right now. You're right. I don't know how else to paint this picture. It's not looking good. And I'm sad about it. I'm sad because while they were love bombing us, I bought into it. Like, I fell for this fairy tale. And it really bums me out. I don't know what else to say. Like, okay, I really hope that by the time we do get to WrestlePalooza, now I'm even scared. I'm scared. What if they're like, oh, hey, this match isn't happening after all? If that were to happen, I would be like, all right, what the hell is going on? Like, seriously. But let's say, all is good and she has her match at WrestlePalooza and she wins and we go from there. I know you expressed your concerns last week about what they even do with the follow-up. I now also have those exact same concerns because at first I thought, okay, I gave them the benefit of the doubt, Santi. When the whole thing with Naomi happened, I really said, okay, fine. I get it. I'm going to let you guys do what you need to do, even though you didn't need that extra week. I'm still going to give you the benefit of the doubt. But now the benefit is out. I can't. Now I'm just wondering what is going on. Do you not know? Because my concern is that they don't know how to push somebody like Stephanie. She's not a full-on English speaker. And we have seen that whenever you have people that aren't full-on English speakers, they don't know how to prime them up in that spotlight. And that is my fear right now. My fear is that they don't know how to make somebody like Stephanie. They don't know how to continue her flame. They don't know how to continue her buzz. She's got all the tools, everything, but they don't know how to continue it. And that is where I'm like kind of panicking.
But like, why call her up? Like, she's doing perfectly fine in NXT. There was no need for Stephanie Vaquer yet. There really wasn't. The roster was deep enough to run a while longer without Stephanie or Julia, right? Without either of them on the main roster. They should have just kept them both on NXT, running wild there for a little while in the main event scene, North American Championship, blood feud storylines with the Blake Monroes of the world, good feuds with Jordan Graces of the world, Sol Ruca. But no, they instead decided to pull the trigger entirely way too quickly on both of them.
Yep.
Where
they wanted the pop, Santi. That's all it was.
100%. They wanted the pop, and they had no direction, blueprint in place for either of these two. And it's such a shame because like the toothpaste is out of the tube, right? You can't put it back in. You can't be like, go back down to NXT because now that's a demotion. Like, we're here, and they're fumbling both of them.
Honestly, look, you're right that it is. The Julia United States Championship reign has not gone good. Thankfully, they've started to make some moves on that end where they've actually had her, compete a little bit more on SmackDown. I mean, and when I say a little bit more, I mean like one match. And then they did the attack like 2 weeks in a row. Okay, that's probably the most that we've gotten. And it was also kind of in an icky spot too, because that happened right before AJ Lee's return. So like the crowd was completely dead for that. Like they did not care at all. I think on any other show, the crowd wouldn't have been as dead for that. But hey, that's where we're at. Like they haven't given Santi, the people a reason to want to root for Julia. Yeah. And they haven't, because you got to understand, like a lot of people were hyped for Julia because her reputation preceded her. And she came in with a lot of buzz from the work that she did on the outside. On NXT, I would say her best match was the one that she had against Jordan Grace. But even then, not all WWE fans watch NXT. There are people that just watch Raw and SmackDown, and they may not even be familiar with what they saw from Julia on that show. So a lot of people might not get why they should even be excited for her. And with Stephanie, I feel like Stephanie, she had a lot more matches on the main roster, and she's had a lot more bigger moments to where I do feel the WWE audience that just watches the two top shows, I do feel like they should have enough of a reason to want to root for Stephanie. But now I fear they may have forgotten that reason since they haven't seen her that often. And that's where I'm like, oh no, this is not good.
Red flags everywhere. Red flags everywhere.
Teardrop. Teardrop. We got Jacob Tatum here who says, is AJ Lee instantly the top babyface, or is it still Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky match? Will be awesome, but needs a better build to it. I mean, it needs a build. What's the build?
Something.
What's the build? Naomi got pregnant. That's the build right now. Like, there's nothing else. What is it? And it's such a bummer to see that, but I know the match is gonna kick ass when it actually happens. So there's at least that. But instantly top babyface, yeah, AJ Lee and Rhea Ripley. I don't know. I mean, I can't really say one is above the other because they're both so incredibly popular. But yeah, those would be the top. Thank you so much, Jacob. We got PWS here who says the Stephanie joke was from Santi's Twitch chat. Oh, don't worry, PWS. We got it. We got it. So we got Steven Marchuli here who says, is it crazy to think Jey and Roman will be a heel unit down the line? All right, so that was another really big topic on today's show. Santi, last week, I read the cards wrong. I thought the card said LA Knight was going to turn heel, but it looks like it may be Jey Uso. I don't know if I'm jumping off a ledge here, but now that's a theory. He may have been listening a little too much to Roman Reigns, because after he had that conversation with Roman Reigns, he sort of has had different actions. He super kicked CM Punk that one time when he didn't even really need to do that. Went out there today and took out LA Knight when he didn't necessarily have to do that. Jimmy even threw a shot at him and said, you're sounding just like Roman. So is this going to be now, we went from the rise of Jey Uso to now the downfall of Jey Uso, and I don't mean that like literally, I mean that on storyline purposes. What do we think?
I'm interested. It seems rather sudden to see, the Yeet guy, the glasses with Yeet across them, all of a sudden kind of like turn a switch. And I wasn't buying it at first, but now with Jimmy there, I am buying it a little bit more. And I think it's because Jimmy's just a better wordsmith, is better at telling a story with words. And it was so clear in the promo where, and I made the joke, I'm like, when Jimmy cuts the fantastic promo on the bronze, and then Jey just goes, that's right, 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. And like, Jey,
he had a few words in there. They did a little back and forth in there, but yeah, you're right. Yeah,
all Jey did was sign his name to the project that Jimmy Uso did all by himself, and then handed it in and tried to get full marks for it. But because Jimmy is there, and Jimmy is such a much better wordsmith and a better storyteller with words, I think this story can now flourish a little bit more and make more sense without it being so sudden and so random. So I'm here for it. I'm interested in it. I'm gonna let it play out. But I still just, at the end of the day, all I'm seeing out of the main event scene is the same shit, just different week, with the Vision and some variation of the same baby faces.
Yeah, the promo work with Jimmy and Jey, far better with Jimmy. I did notice that immediately too. I did like the back and forth where we were filling each other's words, and that was pretty funny. Did you notice that Braun Breaker moment when he did the I'm so mad because of the Paul Heyman thing? Dude, that nearly knocked me off my socks, man. I swear I was dying, because my favorite thing about Braun Breaker is how intense he is in the ring, but he can't fake it though. If he's not feeling it, he just can't pull it out of the bag like that. And I was dying, Santi, dying. But other than that, I mean, look, Jimmy and Jey, it is, I'm surprised. Look, if they do turn Jey heel, I'm truly surprised, because that is a guy that's had this massive movement with the Yeet shirts, has sold God knows how many t-shirts and Yeet merch and all of that. So for them to go in that direction, if that is where we're going, it's a little surprising. I didn't know WWE would do it right now. So yeah, surprising, but I am intrigued by it though, because I do like Jey Uso having some edge, because a lot of the criticism of Jey Uso is that he's just a theme song, that he's just a chant. So if all of a sudden we start to see Jey Uso with edge, he's a little bit more than that guy.
I'm with you. And like I said, for me to buy into this more, Jimmy needed to be part of this storyline. And now that he is, I feel like it can have a bit more of a natural transition as opposed to it being so abrupt. So like you, I'm here for it. I'm intrigued. I'm interested, and I'm open to the idea of this. I don't think that it's gonna lead to a heel turn. I have a hard time seeing it, but a more edgy, buys his clothes at Hot Topic, more emo version of Jey Uso, perhaps.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get emo Jay, emo-us. Oh my God, I love. You know what? Santi. Did you ever go
Cause
through an emo
tonight
phase?
will be the night that I will yeet for you.
Yes, yes. We gotta get the hair to the side, block the eye. Gotta get some eyeliner. Do this. Gotta do the side look. Oh man, the emo days, those were the best for me. I used to love being emo. That was my dream, Santi. I wanted to be emo MySpace famous. Like, back when MySpace was a thing, it was always like the really emo kids that were super MySpace famous.
Yeah.
And I remember going like, oh my God, I want to be that person. I want to be on Ellen DeGeneres talking about me being emo on MySpace.
I remember like there was a time in like my elementary school where like the cool kids were the emos. I'm like, when the fuck did this happen?
You had emo kids in elementary school?
Yeah, because it became so popular with the high school kids that like the elementary, like 5, grade 6, 7 started doing it too.
Oh,
it
okay,
started to trickle down.
Actually, wait, okay, I see where the confusion came here. You said elementary, but then you said 5, 6, 7, 8.
Is that not elementary for you guys?
No, that's intermediate school for me. That's I was like elementary school.
Okay. Yeah.
No
I'm not talking
wonder
like
I
grade
was like,
3s
what?
or anything.
I was so confused there. Wait, so in Canada, elementary is considered what to what grade?
1 to 8 is elementary.
Holy shit. Okay, so for us, elementary is kindergarten through 4th grade. 5th grade through 8th grade is intermediate, and then obviously freshman to senior high school and so on. Yeah,
we don't have that terminology. Sometimes you call it, you might say like senior elementary, grade 6, 7, and 8 is senior elementary, but still elementary.
Oh wow, damn, you learn something new every day. I did not know this. I was like, what do you mean second graders? In my brain, when you said elementary, I'm like, second graders were emo? What? Oh man. All right, we got Randy Hayward here. Thank you, Randy. He says AJ Becky promo should be fire, 2 of the best. Yeah, and we already started to see that today, like with Becky going off and of course AJ kind of starting to get into her psycho mode. Good stuff there. Thank you, Randy. We got Dave Cost here who says, didn't like the Jey thing. Not that his character shouldn't get edgy after taking L's, just the timing of reuniting a beloved team only to immediately interject dissension. The next show makes no sense. Here's the reason why I don't hate it in that perspective, Dave, is that I feel I don't think I was the person that was as excited for a Jimmy and Jey reunion. I think there was maybe people that were more excited than I was. So adding this layer for Jey kind of makes it for me a little bit more intriguing than just a straightforward them reuniting.
Yeah, for me, like my excitement of Jey and Jimmy reuniting more so comes out of like necessity to save the Raw tag team division, which I'm hoping that. So I still like in my perfect world, next week Adam Pearce is like Division versus Judgment Day World Tag Team Titles match, and then the WrestlePalooza match becomes for the World Tag Team Titles. That to me is like a perfect scenario. Don't see it happening because the tag team division on Raw is just so dead. The Judgment Day's doing absolutely nothing with these titles. You might as well make them some sort of prop in the main event program here that's happening.
Yeah, dude, it's dead. It's just dead right now. It's unfortunate, but that's where we're at. So, we got Steven Marchulli here who says they own the name Use Fall Bra. I'm with you, man. That would have been so much better. And we're actually in fall. So, yeah. Thank you, Steven. We got Bob Ross Jr. here who says you can tell that AJ Lee wasn't used to having so much mic time from that segment. It was a good segment, but you can also tell that she was a little rusty. Yeah, and I was just so excited. Like, I didn't care. And the biggest takeaway for me from that entire segment was that she got to talk about something that's very serious in mental health in front of all of these people. That was the biggest thing, especially because, I mean, God, I don't even know when's the last time we kind of had, I think LA Knight maybe mentioned it one time on a promo and we were like, oh wow, LA Knight mentioned it.
Yeah,
what?
For men's mental health.
Yeah, you don't really hear that type of stuff on promos, especially not in WWE. So it was just one of those things that like really surprised me. And I thought, all right, cool. Like we're getting someplace serious here. Thank you, Bob. We got Infamous Raider Loco here who says, Santi, next week, Raiders versus Chargers, bet. Raiders win. You have to acknowledge the Raiders. Chargers will Chargers win, and I'll send you a $50 super chat acknowledging your team.
I mean, listen, this is the easiest fucking money that I've ever made. Did you see the Chargers slap around Taylor Swift's fiance? Made him look like a little bitch. Took Patrick Mahomes to the cleaners. And you think your bum ass Raiders with Geno Smith, who's on like his 17th team of his career, is going to be able to defeat this elite ass Chargers team? I'll take your money. Yeah, sure.
All right, the bet is on. Also, I did not appreciate those shots, by the way, at Miss Taylor Swift and her new man, her fiance. Did not appreciate that,
Travis Swift.
Hey, if you were with Taylor, would you not change your last name
100%.
to Swift?
100%.
Right, like this.
Yeah,
We're not
instantly.
even thinking about it. Thanks, Infamous Raider Loco. We got Randy Hayward here. It says Alexa healed with friendship like Bray healed her. Yeah, that is sweet. Thank you for bringing that up, man. We got Dion here who says, I would love to see Alondra Blaze from the 90s compete against the women of this era. Alondra always felt ahead of her time to me. That's what I'm saying. Like, people you wish you would have gotten able to like see them wrestle each other if only they were around in different time periods. I'm with you, Dion. It's like the past versus the present. Like, who would you want to see in that type of scenario? We got Crazy here who says, Baby Orton bet not have trap our Stephanie. What?
He's saying that Miles Bourne hopefully didn't impregnate Stephanie.
Oh, I was like, Baby Orton, what?
Yeah,
What are we talking about?
Crazy is from my chat, and he sometimes types like a 3-year-old.
No, I thought I was like missing something here. I'm like, who the hell is Baby Orton? I forget that people think Miles Bourne looks like Randy. Yeah, I've seen that. All right, thank you so much, Crazy. We got Jay is Cal here who says it's 2014 all over again. Nikki, AJ, Brock, Punk, etc. Are these the last hell freezes over moments left that need to happen? Mox, Page, Jericho, Matt. I'm pretty sure Jericho will probably go to WWE. I'm still feeling that way.
Gotta add Monet in there.
Mercedes, you think she'll go back?
I think so eventually. She's still really young. She's what, 32?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. I don't know how long. I forget how long her deal was with AEW or what the information is.
It could be 5 years. Let's say it's 5 years. That puts her at 36 when she's a free agent.
And then I don't know about Mox. I don't know if he'll go back. He seems pretty happy with AEW, but who knows? Paige, I mean, I think she would go back if they made her an offer. I don't know if they have or if they haven't, but I'm pretty sure she would go back if the opportunity came up for sure. Thank you so much, JS Cal. He also says, thank you, Jack Perry, for AJ and Punk returning to WWE. I know you know. No, wait, if you know, you know. There you go. I still can't believe it, man. Jungle Boy.
If you know, you know. You're saying too much.
I said it too much. I know.
You're like, if you know, you know, you know. It's just, if you know, you know.
You know what I just reminded myself of? When Santino was like, Kelly. If you know, you know. There. I'm going to add a bunch to them now. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, JS Cal. We got PWS here who says, thoughts on the AJ Styles promo during commercial. It was AJ's promos are always a little something, but he was basically saying that someone was out to get him. I presume that was Dominic. And then he was talking some shit on Grande Americano. And that was the gist of that, right? I'm not forgetting anything else.
A lot of people interpret that as him calling out WWE and Triple H. Like somebody, yeah, like go back and listen to it. It seemed very much like, it seems like there's somebody out to get me. They got rid of my friends. Gallows and Anderson aren't here anymore.
He did mention them, by the way. Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
They moved me away from Michin. Like somebody is making these decisions, like to spite me almost. And like who's making the decisions? Triple H. A lot of people, like that's what the online chatter is. A lot of people are saying that. Sports Illustrated is saying that.
I'm done with this. Look, when he kept saying, I was surprised when he mentioned Luke Gallows and Michin. And I even thought, AJ hasn't like mentioned their names at all. Like you don't really hear those mentions if those people are not there. And I thought like, oh shit, they're even reminding us of it. I didn't see it as him basically saying like the company was out to get him because he was talking about how he didn't have any friends anymore. I don't know that I didn't read it that way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just thought he was just basically saying, hey, I don't got nobody. And, I'm out here feuding
I
with
don't got
these
none.
people.
No, they don't got none.
I ain't got none. They don't got none. So it's just, yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it that way. But do you think that is the case that he was calling out the company in a way?
That it like I look at like my reactions on Instagram, and that is far and away the most viewed clip, and it is what everybody is thinking that he was talking about.
Wow. Okay. Well, it completely went over my head. I was completely thinking something totally different. Thank you, PWS. We got Steven Rivera here who says Becky definitely elevates Seth as a heel like Stephanie did with Triple H in 2000. Less sing-alongs, more booze. Oh, thank God. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't feeling it with a lot of Seth Rollins' promos, and Becky Lynch is the opposite. I love her promos. So I was getting tired of the Vision promos because Seth was sort of saying the exact same things over and over, and they would repeat things in the actual promos too. So I was over that already.
Yeah, like every promo would be like Paul Heyman introducing all three of them, like every single week.
Every week. I'm actually kind of glad in a way. I think I like this break from Paul Heyman as well. We got PWS here who says, not saying Jey Uso is a better promo than Jimmy, but this is Yeet Jey Uso with Big Jim, not the right-hand man, bloodline Jey Uso. Yeah, they feel very different in many ways. Thank you, PWS. He also says, you were saying, Santi, 27-17, likes.
Yeah.
And he
Vikings
also
came back on the Bears is what they're saying.
He also says, I thought it was a K5 elementary, 6-8 middle, 9-12 high. No, 5th grade is the start of middle school here well, at least it was for me. Like I was already in middle school in 5th grade. Thank you, PWS. We got Dion here who says, later on down the line, I would like to see AJ Lee and CM Punk turn heel to get revenge on WWE, wrecking havoc, taking everything they feel they were denied 10 plus years ago that they were gone. Can you imagine that? Then they would have to call out like Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, because Vince ain't there. So they got to call out some of the people that, were there.
Yeah, I don't see it, but
No.
it would be interesting, I suppose.
Yeah, it would be a little bit too not out of left field, but maybe just not in good taste, given how much it took for them to actually mend this relationship and how much actually went down. We got the Miss Demon Josh here who says Bailey is physically manifesting split personality. Yeah, we've been seeing the exact same thing. That was one of the suggestions that I want to see down the line, Santi, because there aren't that very many there aren't that many heel women on Raw. There's more babyface women. So I was thinking like maybe after AJ Lee was done with Becky Lynch, I would love to see her maybe feud with a sort of split personality Bailey.
I'm down for that. Like we basically haven't gotten that before. I know we had a match between them in NXT, but I think for the Divas Championship, but not a proper feud or storyline or anything like that. That's the beauty of the AJ Lee return, right? It's all of these potential storylines and feuds that you can explore. Like every single one is a new bite.
We got Hassan Batla here who says that this New Day feud isn't leading to Lucha Brothers. I don't know what we're doing with Penta. Also, I love Grayson with them, to be honest. He's added a whole lot to the New Day. But look.
Don't you love Morning Wood?
What are you trying to get at here? Lucha
don't you love
Denise?
You could. Perhaps.
Okay, where else are we going with this?
Morning Woods. That's all. The New Day. Morning Kingston. Morning Big G. You didn't see that segment?
I didn't catch that part.
Oh, they were calling each other Morning Kingston, Morning Big G, and then Morning Woods.
They really said Morning Woods?
Yeah.
I did not.
I think it might have been I think it was a commercial with Vic Joseph.
Yeah, no, I saw when they came out, but I was like, whatever. Like, it's just them, what they always do every single week. Like, I didn't catch the Morning Wood thing. No wonder I was like, wait, where are we going with this? Why would I like Morning Wood?
Okay. If you didn't watch it, then it must have been a really weird thing for me to say.
That's what I was like, what? Literally, rewind the tape and go see my face. I had no fucking idea what you were talking about. I was like, what? I was like, I know sometimes I don't get the jokes, but damn, what the hell is going on here? Especially because my brain was actually thinking about Penta and Rusev. That's where my brain was at when you brought that up. Penta and Rusev. Rusev defeated Penta after Penta was calling out Adam Pearce, saying that Adam Pearce seems to not like him. And what the hell? You know, he
That
wants
was
to be
funny.
Intercontinental Champion. And we saw him lose to Rusev. I like Rusev. I'm very excited for Rusev, but I wanted to shed a little tear. What is happening here? I'm feeling a little bit further from the goals that we thought we were going to hit with Penta.
Yeah, listen, no one asked for the War Raiders. Not a single soul on this planet asked for War Raiders to team up with Penta. This has to be Rey Fenix and Andrade, right? Right? For it to go somewhere that could be interesting for Penta, it has to be that. Anything else, I don't give two shits. I really don't. Good for Rusev winning, but
I've been wanting the Lucha Brothers to reunite for the longest time because, again, same thing. I'm worried that they don't know how to push Penta as a top guy. And that is, again, my concern. Whereas, like, yes, the fans want it, but does the company know how to go about and execute it? So that's where I'm at. Oh, my goodness. Talking Mayhem podcast says we need Sunny to come back next. Absolutely not. We got Randy. Thank you, Talking Mayhem podcast. Says Randy Hayward says dark chocolate or she's real life. Lily?
Dark
OMG?
Charlotte, not dark chocolate.
I'm done. This show has gone off the fucking rails, okay? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Oh, dark chocolate with your morning woods. Oh.
How am I supposed to bounce back after that? How am I supposed
you should just move on. Move on from the super chat.
Oh man. All right. You know what? That's it. I have a new rule on this show, okay? I am no longer going to read super chats on the right side of the screen because on the right side of the screen, they are smaller, okay? I'm going to read them right here. All right, Randy Hayward, I'm going to start all over again. Says Dark Charlotte or she's real life Lily, OMG.
Just move on from this.
I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Randy officially broke me.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm thinking. All right, here we go. JJ Castillo, he says, I just hope everything with Stephanie Vaquer is okay. Doing okay. I know that there was some concern when she wasn't given a lot of screen time or matches. It just sucks that her match with EO might not happen. Here's the thing, as of right now, that is still promoted on the show. He even said that the match was still on. However, it does give me a little bit of a chill there, and I feel like there's a chance that they could say that match is off. But as of right now, he did say that match is still on. So let's just hope for the best. Thank you, JJ. We got Infamous Very Loco who says, LMFAO, I absolutely love the NFL banter you're on. No lie, was happy to see you slap around Mr. Travis Swift around. Made some money on Chargers. It would be in 2 weeks since the game be on after post show. Okay, there you go. 2 weeks. We'll check back here and see if Infamous Very Loco owes Santi some money. We got Bob Ross Jr. here who says, question, do you think we get Becky versus AJ Lee Intercontinental title at Crown Jewel, Perth, or do y'all think they will feud until WrestleMania 42? My hope, and I did a whole video on this, so I'm just going to summarize it right now really quickly. My hope is that come WrestleMania, we're seeing AJ Lee versus Roxanne Perez for the Intercontinental title, with Roxanne Perez defeating AJ Lee.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know, I went full in on this. I was like, that's my prediction, and I'm running with it. So that's where I hope we're at.
Yeah, like I definitely see the possibility because it's Triple H and he loves his long-term storytelling that they drag this out until WrestleMania. Like just kind of knowing how Triple H books, I absolutely could see it being Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 42.
We got PWS here who says, thoughts on Sammy getting booed last week. In my opinion, I felt like since it was Cena's last SmackDown, the same show he debuted, whoever he faced would have been booed. Oh yeah, that's a fact. I know it was weird to see Sammy get booed because he's a babyface and all of that. And it was weird, trust me. But people kind of took it as they thought he was interrupting John Cena when he was celebrating and having his moment with the crowd. So anybody that would have came out would have definitely gotten booed.
I don't know. I need one more week. I need one more week to really know because there's a lot of distaste for Sami Zayn online with how he's been booked and how he's been winning these matches that a lot of people felt that he shouldn't have been winning. That's
crazy. Who did he defeat? He defeated Solo Sikoa.
Yep. But
Okay.
yeah,
Who else
yeah.
did he defeat that people are mad about?
Well, no, they're talking about specifically Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa, and how he was
They did
booked
it
against Solo
though. They
Sikoa.
did it so that then they could get to this match with John Cena. There was an actual
Mhm.
little plan there. So I don't understand why people would be mad.
A lot of people are. I'm just saying, a lot of people are annoyed, tired of Sami Zayn. I'm here for the Sami Zayn US Open Challenge. I'm interested, but you're saying you don't think he's going to get booed next show? I'm not convinced of that. I'm not convinced of that. I
All
need to see.
this because of Solo Sikoa.
There's more to it. I think there's a lot more to it. The Karrion Cross feud,
That wasn't
the
Sammy's fault.
doesn't matter. He's the only one around to point the finger at. That's
That's crazy talk. I'm sorry. I refuse for there to be actual heat on Sami Zayn. No way. No way. I do not sign up for that.
we'll see one more week. One more week, because I'm not unconvinced that he's not going to get booed again.
Well, I'm gonna boo whoever boos Sami Zayn. All right. Nope, not on my watch. All right, not on my watch. Thank you, PWS. He also says, and Chicago, New York crowds have the hardcore fans. Yep, definitely. Sleaze Boy here says, for his Hall of Fame speech, I did not watch. It would have been awesome if Lex Luger redid his I Don't Know promo. It's a must watch. Thank you, Sleaze Boy. Yeah, some people were making those jokes in the comment section of our interview where they were like, is this interview going to be great? I don't know. Dion here says, I fell out of my chair when Denise said, why would I care about morning wood? Alameo takes me back to my step post days. Thank you, Dion, by the way, for supporting the Raw Post Show for so long. Thank you, Dion. Jay Cal here says, one of the funniest post shows in a while. Yay! Thank you very much. JJ also says, I know so many people want AJ Lee versus Roxanne as a dream match, but what's both of your dream match for AJ? Mine is Roxanne.
Yeah,
Roxanne, yeah.
I think Roxanne just makes so much sense. Somebody in my chat, and like once I heard it, I'm like, oh, this is how I want it. But they're not gonna do it, but this is how I want it. Just redo the MJF and CM Punk feud, but with Roxanne Perez and AJ Lee. How
That would
fucking
be
fire would that
crazy.
be? How
What, does that include also the freaking
the
stipulation with
this
the fucking
dog collar match?
yeah, dog
Sure.
collar?
Why
Yeah, just throw the
not?
dog collar in there.
Why not? Like there's a lot of parallels there with Roxanne being such a huge fan of AJ Lee when she was a kid. So they have a blueprint that they could follow that would lead to an awesome feud. But yeah, I think the answer for me is also Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, I think I was thinking more along the lines of like Chris Jericho, Shawn Michaels, like that sort of style. But I don't care what it's like, fan versus idol. I'm very excited to see what they end up doing with that. So, that's honestly the match that I want to see. If just to throw out a different name, I mentioned earlier, I want to see her against Bailey. I want to see her against EO. I mean, I want to see her against pretty much everybody. Like, I hate to
Yeah.
say, give you a boring answer of everybody, but that's really what I want to see. Thank you so much, JJ. Alrighty, and speaking of Roxanne Perez, she was out there with Raquel Rodriguez as they faced Lyra Valkyria, and Raquel Rodriguez being mean, nasty, vicious, taking out Lyra Valkyria, attacking that back and getting that win. A huge win for Raquel. It seems like right now, Rick, there's been a lot of conversation around Raquel and how her style has changed ever since she kind of got some notes from I don't know if you saw that Kevin Nash said she had to wrestle more big. And I guess since then, she's kind of changed a little bit of how she presents herself.
Me and my chat were talking about this. Like, I feel like she's been on a hot streak recently with the quality of her work over the last like month and a
I
half,
think it
2
started
months.
when she wrestled Rhea. I forget what PLE and that street fight that they had.
Yes. So late May. Yeah. So we're talking about King and Queen of the Ring. Yeah. That Night of Champions is what the show was called. Yeah. I think that's the correct timeline. Like since the start of the summer, I feel like Raquel has been on her A game.
I'm with you, man. All right, let's go ahead and finish out these super chats. We got PWS. It says, I'm convinced Santi is a part of the Sammy hate. I was going to say, how are you not as offended as I am, Santi?
Look, I get the distaste. I get the annoyance of Sami Zayn. I get it. I don't personally hate him.
No, Santi. There's no way.
Listen,
He's the most lovable fucking character that there is.
The character of Sami Zayn is annoying to a degree. The holier than thou, oh my god, the feud against Chad Gable, and it just It bothered me. It just bothered me how he's just always this like holier than thou, self-aggrandizing character on screen.
He's a
I
baby
promise you, I'm
face.
not the only one. I promise you, this isn't just a Santi thing.
I'm sorry. I'm not on board this train, and I refuse to be on this train. Not gonna happen. I'm gonna start my own movement online, and I'm gonna
All
put the
right.
love Sam. You know how usually when people get drama, they start the hashtags. I'm gonna put
Ah,
the love
yes.
support Sami Zayn hashtag. Thank you, PWS. We got yours truly here. Says, what are they doing to LA Knight, bro? He loses to not even a tsunami, then gets speared by Jey, who's maybe turning heel. Where did they go with LA Knight? I think LA Knight's just kind of there, taking whatever straws he can get out of anything. That's what it feels like it's happening. I don't know that they really have like massive plans for LA Knight. That's just my assumption. I don't know.
It's always my assumption is that they have nothing for LA Knight.
Which is sad, but
Yeah.
that's what they've told us over and over again. So that's why there's really nothing else. I can't even tell you what's next. I wasn't even expecting LA Knight to be involved in the Seth Rollins stuff. I wasn't expecting him involved in any of this. I wasn't even seeing all of that for LA Knight because there was really no indication that he was even going to be involved in any of this. And that's where we're at. Hassan Batla. So honestly, I feel like right now we've been seeing the best that we have seen out of LA Knight for LA Knight in a long time. Hassan Batla here says, I believe Sami deserves all the accolades he's getting, but yeah, his character needs some change. Oh, stop it, guys. This feels like mob mentality when everyone starts getting on board an idea and a trend, and everyone's like, yeah, I agree with that. No, this feels like mob mentality, mob hate.
Like I said, just give it one more week. If there's no booze, then okay, all right, then I think crisis averted. But this, like, oh, it was just because he interrupted Cena. Cena, go back to it. Cena finished his promo. He's like, all right, guys, have a good night. Take care.
Though. He was embracing the crowd.
Okay. All right. Listen, I could be wrong. Give it one more week. Give it one more week.
All right, we'll give it one more week. We got Infamous Raider Loco. Says, have a great night, both of you. I'll be here next week. A little more focus on game. Definitely updates during post-show. Good luck, Santi. LMG Raider says, Infamous Raider Loco. We got PWS here. Says, as a Canadian, I thought Santi would be more upset. Yeah, come on. He's your boy. Come on, Santi.
I love Sami Zayn. I don't love the underdog that wins and kicks out of everything. I just don't.
Everyone loves a good underdog.
That's not what an underdog is.
That's WWE's fault because that's my, you know what? That was my pet peeve with how they would book Sami Zayn in the sense that they would always make it seem like he had no accolades. Like he was always the one that was nothing. Like they didn't acknowledge his successes.
By the way, like I'm in agreement with you. I don't have a problem with Sami Zayn. It's WWE.
Like you're agreeing with me, Santi.
No, my problem is the booking of Sami Zayn, which isn't Sami Zayn's fault. I think Sami Zayn is an amazing professional wrestler. I just think that the character he's been booked to play sucks.
Damn. All right, we got Stephen Marchuli here who says, does Cross return to cost Sammy's belt or Royal Rumble surprise? Stephen, I don't know. Cross said that there was a storyline that I guess they were supposed to be part of. That I don't know. They didn't. There's still, it seemed to me like he said that they could still be part of it, but there was, he said they weren't able to talk about it in that moment. So I don't really know. But when I spoke to them a couple weeks ago, they said they had not heard from WWE at all. So take that for what you will. We got PWS here who says, Santi, you don't have to base your opinion from others. You have a right to form your own opinion. Damn, Santi, you're being called out now.
Who says I formed it from others?
Because I said it's mob mentality.
No, I didn't form it from others.
So funny. Thank you, PWS. All righty, guys. There you have it. We got one more super chat. This is from Sleaze Boy who says, for Royal Rumble, I want Kung Fu Naki to return. Kung Fu Naki. All right, I'm with you, Sleaze Boy. All righty, everyone. That is it. That is our Monday Night Raw post show. Thank you so much to everybody for hanging out with us. A reminder that next week Raw is on 1 hour earlier. So just a heads up. Santi, tell the people where they can find you, support you, all of that.
You can find me at any and all things Santi's app, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, Facebook. I'm there.
Same for me, @ Denise Salcedo. Give some love. All righty, guys. Thank you, everyone. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.
Later.